Klaus Fuchs lived a double life for years. On the surface, a brilliant scientist working on the British and American nuclear programs. Behind closed doors, Klaus was Welcome to the True Crime Never Sleeps podcast. I'm your host, Larry Lease. Today we're diving back into the Cold War and taking a look at Klaus Fuchs, the Soviet spy. First, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. You can check them out today at poddex.com and use promo code Larry21 for 10% off your order. And be sure to like and subscribe to the video. As always, thank you so much for watching. And on to today's topic. Klaus was born in Rüsselsheim, German Empire on December 29, 1911. He studied physics and mathematics and was involved in student politics at the University of Leipzig and Kiel. Fuchs joined the German Communist Party in 1930, but just 3 years later, he was forced to flee Germany after the Nazis rose to power. Fuchs ended up in the United Kingdom, where he finished his studies and began working in theoretical physics. Unfortunately, being a promising young scientist did not prevent him from being sent to an internment camp as soon as the UK entered the Second World War. For several months, he was bounced between facilities. It is believed that during his time in these inhumane camps, Fuchs' plan began to take shape. After his release in late 1940, he returned to the UK and started working on the country's atomic bomb program called Tube Alloys. Despite wartime restrictions, he became a British subject in August 1942. He also signed a declaration form under the Official Secrets Act, agreeing not to disclose information about his work with outsiders. The truth is, Klaus never intended to follow the terms of the act. He had been handing over sensitive documents to a Soviet agent since August 1941. Because of his excellent work, Klaus was sent to work on the U.S. atomic bomb program that we know as the Manhattan Project in 1943. At this time, the demand for skilled scientists was so high that nobody dug too deeply into his past. He was a quiet, unassuming, and hard-working man. The characteristics that allowed Klaus to continue building his knowledge of the theory and design of the plutonium bomb and passing that knowledge on to the Soviets. It has been said that Klaus's espionage sped up the Soviets' own program to develop the nuclear bomb by at least 1 year. When the war ended in 1945, it was time for him to return to the UK. He continued to work at the British Nuclear Research Institute at Harwell, while still giving information to Soviet agents. For 4 more years, Klaus kept his scheme going. But when the Soviets conducted their first nuclear explosion in 1949, the intelligence services had begun to catch up. Both the US and the UK were alerted about an atomic spy. It did not take long for Klaus to emerge as a top suspect, and he was arrested on February 2, 1950. He was already stricken with guilt over betrayal, but his Secret Service officials lied that he would be allowed to stay in Hartwell if he confessed, enticed him to tell everything. Obviously, the 39-year-old scientist and dangerous spy was not allowed to continue his work, but was stripped of his British citizenship and sentenced to 14 years in prison. He was released after 9 years on June 23, 1959. He emigrated to the German Democratic Republic, where he continued his scientific career and remained a committed communist. Klaus died in Berlin on January 28, 1988, at the age of 76. Klaus's name has gone down in history as one of the most dangerous agents in American and British history. But did he actually ever have bad intentions? As a boy, Klaus adopted his Lutheran minister father's beliefs that one must pursue what is right and just, no matter the consequences. It was not greed that drove Klaus to help the Soviet Union, but the idea of, quote, balancing world power and preventing nuclear blackmail. Klaus simply did what he truly believed was the best for mankind. let us know your thoughts in the comment section below about Klaus. Do you think what he did was right, or was it wrong, regardless of the reasoning? And if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, hire new hosts, take the show on the road. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.